Okay, can everybody see that? We're good?
Mhm.
Okay, so of course I cover, these reports, of course, are going to be very general because, of course, we can't show any personal information or anything like that. So you'll see how we kind of changed up some information and all of that. So, of course, I have some things covered here just to cover up my personal information and all of that. But in general, this is what the back office is going to look like, and how you're going to get to your genealogy report is you're going to go under organization. And then you're going to go down to genealogy report. So you can take notes on this. If you want to follow along, you can, if you have a computer or a tablet, you can follow along from there. But this is where you go. Again, back office, organization, genealogy report. Okay. So once you hit genealogy report, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second so I can open up this second screenshot. Once you hit genealogy report, this is the screen you're going to see. Okay. You don't have to change anything. Unilevel, this is where you're going to see everybody on your downline. So I would suggest just leaving it as is and just hit search. I'm just going fairly slow so that I'm not going too quick. If you have questions, just let me know. So once you hit search, I'm going to stop sharing for a quick second. Once you hit search, your report is going to come up. It's going to look a little something like this. Okay. And once this report comes up, you're going to take your little scroll bar and you're going to slide your bar all the way to the right. So in general, you're going to be trying to get to the left side of your report where you see this appear. And it gives you some exporting options. You're going to hit export. And we're going to always use CSV to pull it into Excel. So again, you're going to slide over. Once you hit search on that last screen that I showed you, your report's going to come up. You're going to slide over until you see the export option. You're going to click it, hit CSV. Once you hit CSV, your device is going to automatically download the report. Now, we might be using different devices. Some of us have different computers. I'm using a MacBook, but however your device downloads reports, go to that section of your device. For me, on a MacBook, when I hit something to download, so like when I hit CSV, my download file goes to the bottom of my screen, and all I do is simply take that report and drag it over to my Excel. So it might look a little different for you. Maybe you have to hit like, how do I want to open this? I want to open this in Excel. However you can get it open in Excel, do that. Okay. So once you do that, let me stop sharing for a second so I can open up the report. Get nice and big so you guys can see it good. Once you guys open it in Excel, this is what it should look like. Okay. So I'm going to minimize the Zoom window. If somebody can help me out, if you have questions, I'm not going to be able to see it. So just verbally let me know, hey, I have a question, so that I can stop and help you out.
I can see it in the chat too, so I can let you know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Perfect. All righty, guys. So this is what the report looks like in the genealogy report. Like I told you, it's general information. Of course, I changed some things just to protect people's personal information. But in a nutshell, this is what it looks like, okay? So on the genealogy report, there's two things that you want to do every time you open up this report. There's two main things that you want to do. The first thing is you want to add a filter. Okay. How you add a filter is you're going to take your cursor and you're going to put it over this number 1. You guys see right here. You're going to put it over this number 1 and you're going to click it so that the entire row is highlighted. Then you're going to go over here to sort and filter, and you're going to add a filter right here. So now you guys can see a little bit of a difference now, because now you see the filter drop downs. Okay. So the second thing that you want to do, so that's the first thing, you want to add the filter.
So what are we adding, Bree, when you say add the filter? I went over to sort and filter. Now what?
So sort and filter,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to hit filter. I have it highlighted right here. Can you see it?
Okay, hit filter.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you want to make sure before you do that, you have the first line highlighted. So that's important. So have that first line highlighted, then add your filter. Okay. So how you'll know you have your filter is because now you have these little drop down arrows.
Okay.
Okay. So that's first thing. Second thing you want to do is you want to take all your cancel people out. Your cancel people are in this column here. That CAN are all your cancel people. So we don't need them right now. So we're going to use this filter drop down. And we're going to unselect cancel. And that takes them completely off of your report. So far, so good. So those are the first two things you want to do: filter and remove your cancel people. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, so say I'm doing, my monthly shout outs. First thing I want to do is I want to welcome all my new people. So all the new people who were added to the team, I want to give them a warm welcome. So I'll do, just a nice welcome post on my team page. So how I find those people is I'm going to go over here to join date. And just by the way, this report is for the month of March. I want to say it's actually, I'm looking at the numbers. It's actually, no, it's for March. It's for March. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to join date. And I want to know everybody that joined in the month of March. Now I'm only concerned with March of 2022. Okay. So because I'm only concerned with March of 2022, I'm going to unselect all those prior years and only select 2022.
I have a question. How did you get, never mind. I was about to ask, how did you get the column highlighted, but you clicked the N above?
Yes. Just so that you guys know which column I'm talking about.
And how do you get only March if you did 2022?
So my next step is this little arrow.
Okay.
You hit the down arrow. And then I'm going to unselect January, February, and April. And I only want March of 2022.
Mine doesn't have April yet.
You might be in a different, what report do you have open? Or actually it's just one report. You don't have April. Well, you should have April. It should be there.
Well, I won't worry about it. It just
Okay.
says 2022, January, February, March. I'm not going to worry about that.
Yeah, if she's in March's genealogy report, then it should not have any of April's people's thing, right?
But with the genealogy report, you don't select a month. You do that for the bonus qualifications. So I'm not sure why her April isn't showing up.
Okay.
But just try again later on in the month.
But I didn't get all that stuff you have at the top either, Britt.
Which one? Which
Where
part?
at the top where it says sort ascending, descending filter, maybe I missed something. Hold on. let
So
me cancel it.
how I got there is I just clicked my little down arrow, and you
Mhm.
actually see that in every single time you open a filter arrow, you should see that.
Okay. I
Okay.
think I see it. It just looks a little different. Okay.
Okay, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So far, I have gotten all of the people whose join date was in March of 2022. Okay.
Mhm.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to the names, and these are my consultant names. I'm gonna take them and I'm going to copy all of those names, copy, and then I'm gonna just paste them on my welcome shout out post on my team page.
Mm.
Okay. And just say, hey, welcome to the pink side. I have a little, I have a little verbiage that I use. And, really I use the same verbiage every month. I just changed the month. And then of course change the names. And then I use the graphics that Paparazzi has in the Paparazzi resources graphics. They have really nice graphics on there. So I use one of their welcome to the team graphics on there. And, and by the way, stuff like this, the team really appreciates it. It's just kind of a way of us, telling the team, hey, I see you, welcome, congratulations, whatever the case is. They really appreciate these kind of shots.
I don't know how to copy on Excel.
So what I did, I took my cursor, click here, and drag it down. And then I have a MacBook, so I just do Command C, or I'm using a mouse right now. So let's see. Oh yeah, so I just right clicked, and then I can hit copy, and it'll do the same thing. Okay.
Also, if you want to select everything, you can just click the letter at the top and it'll highlight the whole entire thing like that.
Okay.
So this is if I want to, this is for me to welcome all the new people to the team. Okay. Right after I do that, I want to shout out the people who recruited these people. So I'm going to slide over to sponsor name. And I'm going to copy all of those names. So you can copy like that. You can do it like that, however you want to do it. I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to paste that onto, a separate, you do your shout out however you want to. I think I do a separate one where I do like a rock star shout out. And so I congratulate these people for adding to their team.
Do you also, like, if I'm on your team, Britt, and I recruit someone today, do you go and do a post to say, congratulations, welcome our new team member, and then do this still at the beginning of the month, or you only do it at the beginning of the month?
So I still shout out people, like when I get that text message that, someone has, when I get that text message that someone has added to the team, I shout that person out.
Okay.
Okay. But
so then you still do this at the beginning of every month.
Yep. Just to do like an overall, like, hey, this is my monthly overall shout out. So check out, maybe just so that everybody can see, like, look at all these people who added to the team, or just
You
a little.
Brittany, you still get text messages, alerts.
I do.
Yeah.
I've been stopped getting text messages. I didn't do it, but I don't know what stopped it, but I guess it's kind of a blessing and a curse because I get a million
Your
of them.
phone will be going off like crazy.
Right. At one point it was going off so much, but now I have trained myself to, I make myself go in the back office every day to check the alerts to see. Yeah, but I've had to do that, but I thought everybody stopped getting the text messages.
I still get my
it's happened before. It's happened before where my text messages stopped. I don't know why. I don't know what triggered that, but I just went back to check to make sure I was getting my alerts, and then somehow they started up again. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I caught myself doing that too, but it never came back. So I'm not sure.
And Ty, on TRS, can we get a review later of how to add people to it? I haven't done it in a long time.
Oh, it's still on the announcements. Just add them. Just add them and make sure that you go under where you welcome them to the team page. If, provide their consultant ID number, especially if their Facebook name is different from their
Okay.
back office name. If their back office and Facebook name is the same, you don't necessarily, but yeah, just add them
Okay.
and provide their consultant ID.
Okay, thank you.
Also, Ty, you can go into your back office and also see, go to your profile. Go to the homepage, click on alerts. Is that what you do? And check it that way?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But if
That's
not,
where I go.
it happened to me and I emailed Elite Services and they kind of helped me bring it back how to get to.
But
the
even
alert.
then, I think they only give me notifications up to so many, like if it's people like down Erica's timeline, like they're like, I don't get them anymore. I know I think they only go so many legs down, which is kind of good.
I think it's 3.
Of letting me know who has signed a new consultant. But there is, if I go to like the summary page, I'll see down there where all these consultants have signed up today. And I'm like, okay, it's not in my alerts, but I think it's because they're so far down in my leg.
Oh. Okay. So far we've covered how to identify, where's my pen? Oh, how to identify new team members. We're good with that. And then we identified how to identify those who added new team members. They're really on the same report. So you just literally slide over and just see the people who added those new people. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and add everybody back.
How do you do that, Britt? Where are you at?
Oh, so you can either hit the back button up here.
Oh,
or the only thing I changed in this part was, remember when I just did just like this and this? So all I do is just hit,
under which?
I just hit select all. Under, where am I at?
I missed
under
it.
join date. Can you guys hear me?
Join date, okay.
Under join date, because that was the only thing I changed, because I just wanted to see who was added to the team.
You hit select all. Okay.
Yep, I hit select all, and that just brings everybody back. So you could do one of the other. You can either hit select all just to bring them back, or you can hit the back button until you get back to where you were.
Okay.
Okay. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the birthdays. So I do a birthday shout out, one birthday shout out at the top of the month, just for everybody who's celebrating the whole month. I believe in celebrating the whole month. So, hey, we're going to celebrate the whole month. So what I do is I go over to date of birth, this column right here. And we're in April right now. So I just want to know whose birthday is in April so I can give them a happy birthday shout out. Okay. So I'm going to go to the filter arrow here. And then I'm just going to, really, I can unselect everything and just select April. It's a quick way to do it. And then these are all my April babies right here. Wow. So I'm going to go over here to the names, copy them all, copy it, and paste it on my happy birthday post on the team page.
Whoop, whoop. I see that April 9th over there. Who is my birthday twin over there?
Okay.
Got a lot of April birthdays.
So that's pretty easy. So that's that one. That's just birthdays. So we got done with that one pretty quick. So I'm going to add them back right now. I mean, not join date, birthday. And I'm just going to hit select all just to bring everybody back. Okay.
Bring everybody back.
This
Birthday.
is so good.
This is awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Date of birth. Okay.
So the next one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Papaversaries. So shout out those who are celebrating their Papaversary this month in April. So how I do that, I'm going back to join date. This column here. I'm gonna hit the filter arrow. Now this one, I'm going to use all of the years except 2022. Because of course, if they join this year, it's not their Papaversaries. So I'm gonna unselect 2022. Now the next thing I have to do is go through each of these years. So basically, as long as you've been in the business, that's the amount of years you're gonna see. So in each of these years, you're gonna hit the down arrow and you're gonna unselect every month except for the month you're looking for. So I just wanna know who's celebrating a Papaversary in this month of April. So I'm only gonna leave April selected.
But for all the years except
all the
this year.
Yep, all the years except the current year.
Okay. And only April. Okay.
Huh?
Only April.
Only April, because that's the month we're in. So I just want to shout out those who are celebrating a Papaversary this month.
Okay. So you have to go in and deselect all of them.
Yep.
Okay. So okay. So mine for 2021, it didn't give me a December.
That's probably because nobody joined your team.
Got it. No one has one maybe in there. Okay.
And really,
okay,
I'm about to just show you guys a quick little way. I don't know why I keep doing it the long way. I'm just going to unselect all. And then, oh, it didn't do it anyway. I thought I was good. I thought I had a shortcut. Never mind.
Okay. I see what you're saying. If no one joined in those months.
Yeah, like for me, I didn't have anybody that joined in April in 2017, my first year in. So I can just unselect that year altogether.
Got you. I think I did it right. Okay.
So bear with me while I do this real quick.
I need all them months. I'm missing some months.
Okay, so let me do this.
Okay. Papaversary. Deselect months. Except for current.
So like if you see in my 2017, I don't have an April. I don't have an April in here. So I'm gonna just unselect the month altogether. I mean the year altogether. So these are all of my April, everybody who joined in April. So that's all of the Papaversaries. And so I'm gonna just go here and get all the names, grab it all here, and then do a shout out to those who are celebrating a Papaversary this year. I mean, this month. Kind of similar to a birthday, except you have to go through the years.
Oh, wow. Wow, this is good.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, okay, I might have to tell them I'm be a little late to my live. I gotta get this.
Okay, so I showed you guys new team members, identifying people who added to the team pages. I showed you guys how to identify birthdays for whatever month we're in to do birthday shout outs, Papaversary shout outs. Now what I'm gonna do, let me bring everybody back.
Okay, bring everybody back. Okay. Bring everybody back.
So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you guys something and then give you guys a little bit of like a bonus piece of information, and then my portion is done. Okay, so we might get people who are canceled who want to come back. We might have somebody who says, hey, you know, I want to come back. can you tell me, when I am, when I qualify to come back, or, if they can, of course, always call corporate, but if they come to you, I'm going to show you how you can figure it out so that you can let them know. Okay.
Thank you. I needed that last week. I called corporate.
So what you can do is first you have to add your cancel people back. Because remember in the beginning, I took them out because I don't need them to do birthday shout outs, anniversary, all of that. So I took them out. But to bring them back, you're going to go back to the rank column and you're going to add those cancel people back. Okay. Now, if you have a specific person who comes to you and says, hey, I want to come back. Can you tell me when I qualify to come back? You can search that specific name. Okay. That way you don't have to go through all of these names. How to search that specific name is in this column under name. You're going to hit the filter and you're going to just put their name here. Now, as you can see, I changed everybody's name to first and last, but normally you'll see a list of names here. So you would search their name because of course we know that even though that person is canceled, they still show in our downline. So you can search them right here. They'll come up and it'll just be that one person. And then you can come over here to cancel date and you can tell them, hey, you qualify, or hey, you got 2 more months, or you got 5 more months, or, you can tell them that information here. Okay. Now,
so can they come back after? It's after the cancel date they can come back, right?
I like to tell
a year
them,
after.
Is it? Yes, it's 1 year later. Now, Ty, I don't know if one of you guys know, I always give the day after, but I don't know if it's that day that they can sign up or.
Okay.
I don't know, but I would definitely recommend just waiting the day after.
Yeah,
and they can always call corporate. Corporate will actually tell them the exact date that they can sign up.
Okay. Yeah. So when they ask me, I'll look them up, but I give them the day after just to be on the safe side. Okay. So this is the cancel date. This is where you find that information. Now, say if you don't get anyone who asks you, but maybe you want to reach out to not so much, well, it's up to you. If you want to reach out to your entire downline of canceled people, that's totally up to you. Maybe you just want to reach out to your personally sponsored who got who canceled out. Maybe it was bad timing, or maybe it was lack of support, or, maybe it was just not a good time. And, you hitting them up or contacting them and reaching out and saying, hey, offering the opportunity again, it might be, it's just up to you if you want to reach out to those people. How do you find just your front line, of canceled people? Well, in this section here, this tells you who's your personally sponsored. This kind of tells you who belongs to who. Okay. So all of these number ones are my personally sponsored. So on your report, all of your number ones are your personally sponsored. Okay. Also, starting here, like if you look here, this number one, right before you get to the next number one, that's one team. Okay. So the ones belong to you. The twos belong to the ones. The threes belong to the twos. Like this person is this person's personally sponsored. This person.
Okay. Ones are personally sponsored.
Yes.
Twos are under the personally sponsored.
So twos are your personally sponsored. So it goes like one belongs to you, 2 belongs to 1, 3 belongs to 2, 4 belongs to 3, 5 belongs to 4. It kind of goes like that.
Got you.
All the way down. Okay. So sometimes you want to do something just like if you just want to focus on one specific leg or one specific team on your downline, this is how you find those people. So say, for instance, whoever this is, I want to just focus, say I want to just reach out to that team and maybe do a quick challenge for them. I can just select those people. Maybe I can copy them and then start a new screen and paste them here and call them. I know Sonia's in here, so
How did you select all of that?
so I'll go back here.
Mhm.
I'll put my cursor over the number
Oh, over
8.
the number.
So I
Okay.
start with number 1 because this is my number 1 is my personally sponsored, but I see that they have some 2s and some 3s under them. So this is these people belong to this number 1 up until you get to another number 1. That ends the team. So once you get to this one, that ends this team. Now you're on a new leg. Every number 1 is a leg for you.
Okay.
Okay, so what I did was whoever, say this was Sonia's team, it's not because Sonia's team is way larger than this, but say this was her team and I'm like, I want to do something for them, or I want to reach out to them, or I want to just focus on them, maybe for ranks or whatever. I'm going to copy it and then maybe I'll open another sheet, paste it here and name this. I can name it Sonia's team or whatever. Okay. But what I was going to say is if you just maybe wanted to reach out to your canceled people, your canceled personally sponsored, just to offer them the opportunity again, you'll go to level, you'll hit the filter and just click unselect everybody and just hit number 1. These are all my canceled people, all my canceled personally sponsored. So I can reach out to them via email. I could send out a mass text, whatever I want to do. But this is how you can, if you just want to, reach
You didn't
out.
go to the cancel people yet. You have to go to rank and then.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Boom. So these are the cancel people.
Okay, I was about to ask that. I was like, is there something you need to do to get to the cancel people?
Yes.
Yeah, because it
go to
showed all
rank.
you.
Yep,
Gotcha.
you go to rank. Sorry about that. So you go to rank, you can unselect everybody and just hit cancel. So I changed the level and I changed the rank.
I have a question. This is Renee Gatson. So once the cancel people are up, can you now do that little filter for the cancel date to see who's, to get all their dates that they can return right then?
Well, the cancel date is automatically here.
Oh.
It's right here.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even put that in descending order so you can see like in chronological order who can come back according to the months, because right now it's all jumbled. So she can go to
so like you can so like what Myri's saying, you can go
the
here.
Cancel date, not join date, cancel date.
Go here.
Mm-hmm.
Hit descending. Oh wait, no, it's it's right here. Yeah. So all of the August, May, and even maybe even ascending if you want to. But actually there's these are actually going by years. So yeah, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018.
So it'll be a year from that date that they can come back. So the person at the bottom is August 17th, 2018. That means August 17th, 2019. Anytime after that, they can come back.
Okay, got it.
All of these people qualify to come back at some point this year. So like if this person reached out to me, I can tell them they have, April, May, June, July, August. They have 4 months left, before they can come back. And then so on and so forth. Good. And that's all I got.
That was awesome. Thank you, Britt.
No problem. Stop sharing real quick. And we are back. So hopefully that was helpful.
It was really good, Brittany. Thank you.
No problem.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Thank you. So, next we're gonna learn how to do bonus qualifications. And I know, Chrissy, you have to go in 10 minutes, but like I said, this is going to be available on the Bomb Squad. And we also will have another one on our team forever
Oh.
Fearless page as well.
Okay.
And then I think you guys can share this link with your teams, like if you want to put it in your guides as well, if you guys wanted that. I don't care. Maybe not this one because we talked about a couple of, I don't know. It's up to Ty, whatever she wants to do. Anyway, so the bonus qualifications, it's going to help you look for rank progression in your team. I'm going to show you how to do that. Also rank advancements for the month. When you do hit the rank of elite, you can use elite services for that. So that if like for Ty, she probably has a whole bunch of people who, so you can do that. But if not, I'm going to show you how you can go into bonus qualifications to see who ranked up. And then also, so we do shout outs for, or I just started doing shout outs for PV earnings, like your top 10 or your top 5 or however you want to do that so that you can filter that. And then of course you can see who was active and who wasn't active for that month. So I'm gonna show you the screen. So how mine is gonna start off is basically like Brittany's, and I'm pretty sure if you guys are in this group, you guys know how to get there, but I'm gonna act like you don't. So first, hold on. Screen. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so first you're going to, this is the page here. You're going to go to commissions. So basically organization shows you everything about your team's like personal info, like their birthday, their join date, their council date. Commissions and bonus qualification is basically the information about the productivity of their business and their team and their PV and all that good stuff. So you will not see this unless you have the, what is it called? The Revolution Pro. I'm pretty sure all of you guys have that. So this is where you will go to bonus qualifications. As you can see the arrow here, it's not Revolution bonus qualifications. It's not bonus qualifications volumes, just bonus qualifications here. So once you—
And Mari, let me say real quick, as producers and above, every last one of you should definitely have this one. Prior to being a producer, you have the option to buy it, to, pay the $4.95 or whatever it is a month fee. So just, for clarification, every last one of you should have it. If you have not gone back and explored that tab at all, please make sure you pay attention to this one because it's very important.
Yes, it is. I was going to mention that, but I figured that everyone knew that, but act like they don't, I guess. Okay, so yes, once you hit producer, you no longer have to pay for the Pro Revolution bonus thing, whatever it's called. So, and if you don't have it, there should be a link or a message in your back office that tells you to how to get that as well. And if not, you can email them. So yes, you're going to click on bonus qualifications. Once you click on bonus qualifications, you're going to see, where is the picture? This come up, okay? It's going to show you all of the months. They're going to pop up. But the reason why I have the arrow here, depending on how many pages you have, the current month is always going to be on the very last page. So as you can see, it says to go to the current month, it's always going to be on the last page. So you're going to click on number 6 or whatever that last page is, and then it should show you at the bottom. I have already pulled up March's numbers, so I'm going to just show you that. I've done the same thing as Britt, where I've changed out some information so that I keep my team's information private. Once you do this, it's going to pop up your whole report, kind of like the genealogy report, right? Once you do that, you're going to, where's the little video? Oh, here it is. It's going to pop up, all the information is going to come, and then you're going to slide it all the way over to the side, just like that. Oh, can you guys see all of it? And then where it says export up here, you're going to click on that, and that's where you're going to click CSV. It's always CSV, and then it's going to automatically down. So for me, download. So for me, it's going to pop up right here in my downloads, and then I can click it and then drag it over into my Excel tab right here at the bottom, and it's going to pop up. in Excel. Okay, this
Are
is
we
an
gonna use
actual,
April or March?
I'm going to be pulling up March.
Okay, thank
Okay. Hopefully, okay, here it is. Okay, so here is all of your bonus qualifications. And really fast, you're going to, as you can see, it says the genealogy. This is the same concept as what Brittany was saying, with the ones and then who belongs to who and all that good stuff. Then their rep number, their first and last name. And then if they have like a company name, I can actually delete this cell. I don't know why my thing is.
you. Are we able to delete cancel people from this report?
Yes, but I'll show you how to do that. It'll just, because you see where it says active,
Yes.
it's either yes or no.
Okay,
So when I start filtering, I'm going to take out the inactive people.
got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So here's their last name, their paid as rank, and their lifetime rank. I'm going to briefly explain the two so you know what it is, just in case you guys don't know. Okay, so your lifetime rank is your highest rank achieved. So my highest rank achieved is jet setter, but for the month of March, I only got paid as a Maven A-lister. Okay, so every month, our numbers start over and we have to build back up to that. So when you see lifetime rank, that's always going to be the highest achieved rank. And then your paid as rank for that month is going to be what you got paid for. And as many of you guys know, sometimes you'll hit a rank or producer, but you're only making executive director numbers. That's what's going to show here. Okay. Then this shows if you're active or not, what your PV was, personally sponsor who was active, your OV, your general OV is going to be the complete number of what your team did, right? And then all of these numbers is going to be the OV going towards your actual rank. The reason why they do that is because your total OV, as some of you guys may know, you may be heavy. So your OV will tell you your grand total of what your team does. But when you're going for a rank, I'm going to assume that everyone knows about the rule of thirds. If you don't, let me know and I'll briefly go over that. But you know about the rule of thirds, Renee? I saw your face. I don't know if you're looking at me or not. I can't hear you if you're talking to me, Renee.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. It may have been me. It's just like you went out for a minute. I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Okay. So that is for if you are heavy on one leg. So briefly, if say like I'm working with Brittany's team and Sonia makes her really, really large. I mean, really, really heavy. So say like she's going for the rank of premier director. She needs 3,000 OV, right? And Sonia on her team produced 2,500, right? She can only use 1,000 of that because it's a third of what she needs. So over here towards OV for PD, it's not going to reflect the numbers fully of all of Sonia's 2,500. It's only going to reflect 1,000 of that because that's all she can use for that rank. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, cool. So that's what that is here. Once you, and that goes all the way up to Impressionista. So it'll tell you what your numbers are going towards. So first, I'm going to show you about the PV earnings. So what you can do is you can come here. First, I'm sorry. You're going to select the number one. Every time you get your report over to Excel, you always want to set it up. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to highlight number one, and then you're going to, let me move this. You're going to put the filter on it. Okay, I already have it on there, but this is what it looks like. I'm going to filter on it. The reason why we do that is because we want to be able to filter this information because we're looking for specific things. Once you do that, then you can take out any other information that you need. But we're filtering it according to what we're looking for. So I'm going to go straight to the PV, or I'm sorry, I'm going to go to the active. So I'm going to filter out and I'm going to take everyone out who's not active. Okay. So the only selections are either yes or no. I'm going to take everyone out that says no. Okay. Then I'm going to come over to PV and I'm going to put it in descending. Okay. So this is this person's PV all the way down. So as I'm posting, I'm able to see over here. So because I have a larger team, I did everyone who had PV over 1,000. So I came over here and I highlighted all of these people's names up until here. And I said, hey team, congratulations to everyone who had PV up to over 1,000. Then I also, for me, now you can do this depending on what the numbers are. If you don't have anyone over 1,000, then you would just do according to your top 10 or your top 5. But because I have a larger team, I also did everyone who had PV over 500. So I came all the way down here, went to 500, and I highlighted everyone up all the way up until, and then I shotted them out. Just like Britt said, you can go to the resources in the back office, use their graphics. There's one that says Rockstar Alert or congratulations. And then you can put that graphic up and say, congratulations to all of the top PV earners, my top 10 or my top 5 or my top 3 or whatever. Okay. That's how you find out or do the shout out for the PV earnings. Also, again, if you wanted to see who is active and who's not active in your team for this month, you can click no and then unselect yes. Okay. Sorry. It's showing some names. I'm just going to take out this whole row. Delete. My computer is going so slow, guys. So sorry. Okay, so I just took out that. So you want to, you'll see everyone who's not active so that, if for any reason you wanted to try to get some people active or to look in there to see who is, there's a lot of people who have OV going on and it's like, okay, y'all not gonna get paid if you're not active. I would directly message them. I would not put them out on blast like that. I would just, especially if it's someone personally sponsored to me, I would say, hey, you got a team, you're gonna get this commission. Is something you want to make sure that you're active to get it. Okay. Also, rank advancements. So how I use bonus qualifications for rank advancements, I'm gonna go backwards. So I go back on Excel so I can reset it back to where it was. So I go all the way back until I don't see my filters anymore. And then I put it back, and that's where I first started. So for me, if I'm looking for my premier directors to see if anyone is capable of being a premier director, what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to take out all of my non-active people, right? And then I'm going to come over here to OV for PD. So for me, I do check-ins. So say like it's like the half of the month and I'm trying to see who could potentially get to premier director. So how I break down numbers, I think Ty taught me this. I take the full month of, say like the full month of March, right? And I will see how many weekdays there are. So say like it's 22 weekdays in that month. I'll then take 3,000, what I'm going for premier director, the OV, divided by how many weekdays there are so that I know how much my OV needs to go up every time new releases drop. The reason why I don't include weekends is because we all know not everyone works their business on weekends, but that's where I do my challenges to get that extra push, right? But I go according to weekdays. So say like it's the 15th of the month and I'm trying to see who's halfway there. So I would then come to OV towards PD and I will put it in descending, right? We're hypothetically thinking it's the 15th of the month. So once I put this in descending, right, I'm going to scroll down here. Half of 3,000 is 1,500. So if it's the half of the month or whatever, I'm going to then go to see who's halfway there, or kind of look at the productivity of their team. So I can be like, let's see, 1,500 here. Hey, so-and-so, I see that you got 1,500 OV. That's halfway towards, or we're halfway in the month. Your team is really pushing. Not sure if you know yet. If you're wanting to push or to create a plan to see how we can get you to the next rank, this is how I'm able to see it. Okay. I may, depending on if it's a little 1,500, I'll gauge and just call them up to say, hey, how's your team doing? Blah, 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 blah. So again, this is a way that I'm able to see rank progress, where they're at. And I always put it in descending so I can kind of gauge where they should be in the month. Does that make sense? Are there any questions so far? This is good? Okay.
It was good. Makes sense.
Okay, perfect. So, and you can do that for every rank possible, okay? You can also check to see who's not a director. So I'm gonna take this report back to where in the beginning, right? I'm gonna go back and take out my inactive people again. And Brittany showed me this because at first I was closing out of the whole Excel, going back to the back office to re-download it every time I wanted to look at something different. So going back to where your filter was and then putting it back on resets the Excel so that you can go back to the beginning. So I took out the inactive people, right? So now I'm going to do like rank advancements to either see who's at director or who could be, or who even ranked. So first I'm going to look to see all of my people who are not director yet to see how I can get them to director. So I'm going to come here to lifetime rank. I'm going to bring down the filter, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking who could possibly be a director? So I'm only going to select a consultant and a star consultant, because those are all of the ranks below director, right? So I'm going to unselect all of these and I'm only going to select consultant and star consultant. My computer's going slow. Sorry about that. So star consultant and consultant. Right? So as you can see, this lets me know all of these star consultants. So I'm also, if I'm trying to look to see who could potentially be a director, and this is good for all of you guys, producers, because once you get people ranking, they get a little taste of that, you know, ranking bug. And they're like, oh, shoot, people don't know what director is. All they know is they hit a rank. People are looking for acknowledgement. Oh my gosh, I got 3 people. So, and there's so many people who don't even know what director is, or don't even know the importance of it or any of that. So I'm going to come up here now that I pulled up all my star consultants and my consultants. I'm then going to come over here to see personally PS active. This means personally sponsored active. And then I'm going to look at my 2s. I'm going to look at my 1s too, for sure, to get them, you know, have a conversation. But this is also good because you can put all of these in a group, right? And then if you only wanted to look at your personally sponsored, you can then go to Genealogy and only select your 0.1s, because that will let you know who all your personally sponsored who hasn't even hit director yet. Okay. And if you want to look at your second leg, or how Brittany did, you want to go look into those legs, you can do that with Genealogy. That is the beauty of Excel and these reports, is because you can dig in to see, and you're not so afraid to manage a huge team, because now you know how to narrow it down and know exactly what you're looking for. So as you're looking into the back office, all you really have to do is ask yourself, what am I looking for? So that you know how to filter the Excel, okay? So that's how you look to see for the directors and all that stuff. So that's a good way to grow your team, and the progression is to make sure you get these people to director. So I'm going to look at these 2s. And then as you can see here, this is a perfect example. You see how this lifetime rank says star consultant, but then over here to the left, paid as rank says director. that means in the month of March, she ranked to director because her lifetime rank is consultant or star consultant. Her paid as rank is director. So now in the month of April, in the back office is going to now say lifetime rank as director, and then whatever she does after that. Okay. So you can also look up, you will come to lifetime rank, and then you'll only select director, consultant, and star consultant. Why? Because if you're looking for everyone who ranked to premier director, you're going to select everyone in your lifetime rank below the rank you're looking for. So now we're looking at for my PDs or who rank to PD. So I'm only going to select consultant, director, and star consultant, right? So these are all my directors. They're lifetime directors, right? So this first person lets me know that I already have 2 people for the month of March who ranked to premier director, right? I hope this is making sense. So the lifetime rank is director. Their paid as rank for this month is now premier director. So now the next month is going to say paid as rank premier director. Does that make sense?
Yes,
And
I have a question, Amari.
Okay,
I don't know if I missed you saying this, but is there a way that you can do that by leg? Did you say that? So
yes.
like, okay.
So
because if I do pull a report like that, a lot of times I don't necessarily need my big, large, maxed out leg. I want to see my small legs, or if I could do it by, hey, I have a personal sponsor, and I really want to work with her team. So let me see what her team is looking like, as far as directors and who we can move in that way.
Right. Okay. So let me go back to, let me come here. So then you would come to the genealogy report, and the same thing of how you filter, how Brittany showed you, it should do the same thing. So if I'm looking at my point ones, I'm going to take out this. I hope I'm doing this right. Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm going to see all my personally sponsored, right?
So really quick, Myri. So if you take out, all of everybody except ones, she's only going to be able to see personally sponsored. So Ty, if you're wanting, go back a little bit, Myri. If you want to just focus on a leg, so like for instance, you would start off, you would leave, you would filter it, but then leave it as is. Go to where you see the ones and the twos.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, so you'll find that specific person, go start with one. Yeah. And then
so you see how I went back? So I went forward, and this took out my personal sponsor. I went back. So this is showing everyone. So this point 1 is a personally sponsored. She has her 2. And then this point 1 is a personally sponsored. This point 1 and these 2s are her personally sponsored that belongs to this. So this right here is a leg.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then this person is a leg. So like Brittany said, you would take this if I just want to, and then this person is a leg. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy all of their information and then put it into a new cell sheet so that I can only deal with that leg.
I have a question.
Does that make sense, Ty?
Yes, sorry. Yes, it does.
Okay. Go ahead, Renee. It's Renee, right?
Yes, it's Renee. Okay. Thank you. For that, your first number 1 up there, I see where he has 2 personally sponsored, but where's the team? Because I don't see their 2s underneath them.
It's probably because they're personally sponsored. They either don't have anyone or they're not active. So they won't.
But it says, but hold on, Brady, it does say personally sponsor active 2. Let me pull this up on my iPad really quick, because I can't see the names, and I'll be able to verify that when I pull it up here.
Got it.
hold on. Excel. How do I? 2 seconds. Okay, so bonus qualifications. Okay, and then export CSV. Trying to do it right now. Hold on. Britt, when I press CSV on my iPad, where is it going to go to?
Next to your cursor, there should be a little down arrow. I mean, next to your the little search engine, I mean, there should be a little down arrow.
I don't see it. Let's see it. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen really quick because I want to answer this question because I need to know before. Okay, you guys can't see my screen now, right?
No, we can't.
Okay, 2 seconds. I promise I'm coming. Almost there. It's so crazy because I've been in this business for almost 6 years and have never, and it's shamefully that I did not know all of this prior to a couple months ago.
Same here.
I'm just like,
It's a lot
how
of
was I
information to
doing
unpack.
this before?
Yeah, it's a lot of information to unpack that just was never
Taught to
properly trained, yeah,
Right.
to us.
But we keep going and keep doing what we gotta do. Okay, so here it is. I have it open. Let me just check on that. Let me put this filter on. I want to double check before I reshare my thing. Our filter, boom. Okay, so I took out my inactive, boom. And then I was looking for my, I want to see all of my consultant, star consultant. Okay, so if I'm looking for here, this is on level Okay, so what you would have to do, Ty, is before putting all the actives and stuff, hold on. You would have to sort out the team first. So when you first get your bonus qualifications up in Excel, you will put the filter on. But then, so how I'm seeing it here, so my number one, there's my first personally sponsored and her whole team. So in the bonus qualifications report, I'm going to highlight my personally sponsored. I see 0.1, and then I see her 2,333. And then I'm going to first highlight, and I can stop doing this now that I know what I'm doing. I can go back and show you. Don't save. Okay. Hold. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Come on. Go back. Okay, so
Are we trying to figure out how to get it with just a certain team?
okay, so I got it. Sorry, guys. Okay,
Okay.
so Ty, what you're gonna have to do is because it's hard for me to show you without showing their names.
Right.
Because I already set up my Excel for training purposes, so you can't see it the way it should be. But the first thing you do when you get your report over to Excel, and then you add your filter immediately before you start taking out your your inactive and all that, you're going to, on the side where it says genealogy, it should be 0.1, and then you'll be able to see the teams how Brittany explained it. So the first thing you would do is you would take out that whole entire team through bonus qualifications, put it in an Excel sheet, put the filters on, and then work with who ranked to PD within that team, who ranked to director within that team. Does that make sense?
Right. So pull it out and put it in another spreadsheet.
Yes.
Okay.
So that you can work with the rank advancements, what they need, and do it that way. I got confused because I already had all the filters and I didn't know how to get back to the beginning part of that where I can just see who my personally sponsored was and then their teams. That's why I was getting confused with Renee, because she said, well, they have two personally sponsored. Where were they? I was already in it and had filters on it. So that's why it was hard for me to get back to the beginning. Does that make sense?
Yep, got it.
Okay, perfect. Are there any other questions? Okay, so we covered rank progress, rank advancements, and how to shout out your top PV earners, and how to see, of course, who's active and not active. I would say this is the core basics to bonus qualifications. Once you start practicing this, you'll be able to, again, ask yourself questions according to the information is given. And using those filters is going to help you sort out exactly what you're looking for. And like I stated before, if you're wanting to work with just one team, when you first get it over to Excel, pull out that team first, put it in another sheet, and then filter so that you're not going through to see who belongs to who. And as Britt says, the 0.1s is your personally sponsored, the 2 belongs to the 1s, the 3 belongs to the 2s, and so forth and so on. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions?
This was good, you guys. Very helpful.
This helped us because we were able to figure out some stuff and relearn. So this was good for me as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a process of the more you do it, the more you play around with it, the better you'll get and understand it. So It's just a matter of just doing it, you guys. Those of you that are
Mhm.
on here, it's really going to help you, especially with pinpointing and ranking for yourself, because you're able to find those individual legs or those who fall under your direct line,
Mhm.
your direct sponsored, and see who you can reach down and help. I know a lot of you do that, and a lot of you have had me to do that for you as well. So, a lot of times you look at that person and you say, okay, this person is not really doing a lot. Where they get all this volume from? And then once you kind of go digging, it's I like to call it digging, because that's what you do. And then that way you can say, look, let me contact this person.
Mhm.
I'm looking at your numbers. I'm looking at your team numbers. So-and-so on your team, you can bring them up to director. So-and-so on your team, we can get them to premier director. They've been so close the past 2 months. Like, that's the basics of how a lot of us, myself, Mari, and I'm sure Mari has passed it on to Brittany. That's how we got to these ranks, because it's all about digging, tracking your numbers, and then seeing where you can go and pull somebody up, you guys. That's how you rank. You got to create more ranks under you. And that bonus qualification report is like your Bible to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the more you practice, that's kind of what we did. And that's why we wanted to do trainings for our own team, not just because we wanted to give them the information first. We were just trying to practice teaching it. And
Yeah.
we were able to find new and better ways to be able to teach you guys. But like Ty said, it's all about finding your rock stars, and to give yourself a relief as a leader. Only work with those who want to work. That's what Ty taught me. I'm only going to work with those who ask questions, who show up to the classes or the Zoom calls or the trainings and what have you. And if you see, and it's your responsibility to go to the back office to see, like Ty said, there's certain legs that are working. Just because that one personally sponsor ain't doing nothing, that don't mean you mentally check out from them. As should be your duty at least 3-4 times out the month where you're looking into the back office so you can see and have a checklist. I have 139 personally sponsored, only like 20 of them, as you can see, are doing something. So I'm going to write down those consistent 20 and then check in to see where they are, see what their teams are doing, go into my inactive people to see what their team is doing, to see if I can pull up somebody, because there's so many people deep down, like Ty said, that is like, they want to work the business, but you don't know them and they don't know you. You know what I mean? And so this is how you can guarantee some of your ranks, is because you know exactly who you're working with and what you're dealing with. You're not just going off of by what they saying, oh yeah, well, I recruited, I'm doing this. No, I'm looking at your back office. And you can check the past 5 months to see what they're doing in their PV in the genealogy report. So that was another way that you can look for the LOTP2 progress somewhat, is looking at their past PV earnings. So just so you can kind of get an idea of what they've been doing for the past 6 months, So just being able to have that knowledge, it has helped me a lot, and just learning it. And I just have a new perspective on how I want to go forward with my team. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Just play around with it. Practice. Take out legs. Practice taking out legs. Go to like a previous month and start looking up rank progress or rank advancement, and just go through. And if you have questions, you can ask them here, and we'll try to create some content so that you guys can have something to look at.
Ladies, this is Sonia. I just want to say thank you so much for bringing us to the Bomb Squad. I really appreciate it. I know I sat down with Brittany one Saturday, and it was like 3 or 4 hours, and I was being Christy, asking so many questions, because I think this is just a wealth of wonderful information to really get familiar with that back office. So I just want to say thanks again for bringing us to this team, and it's a great refresher. I just know I need to just implement and do it.
Yeah.
But I'm really familiar with spreadsheets, but I just got to really get in that back office and pull those reports and start doing the same thing. But I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ty, for having us.
Yeah, I would say really quick, definitely make it a habit to do this, even just in your pastime. Sometimes I'm not specifically looking for something, but if I'm just going through the reports, just practicing. And it was actually Sonia, because I know some of us learned this in a larger training, and it was like, okay, this information is good, but now how do I teach it? And how do I do it? And it literally took us doing it. And so once I felt comfortable enough, that's when I had that meeting with Sonia. And she actually is the one that showed me, because I saw somebody said this takes me back to my corporate worksheet days, because she's the one that actually showed me how to look at leg specific things, so that the ones are your personally sponsored, the twos belong to the ones, the threes belong to the twos. She taught me that. So I was like, oh my gosh. So now, so we were able to teach each other a little something, because Excel spreadsheets ain't no joke. So it takes a minute for you to really get to do it. So definitely make it a habit at least every month to get in there and do some things.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies, again so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for those of you who popped in, and took the time to sit in today. If you guys have questions, they said they're going to definitely upload it, so you can, I know I'll be rewatching it several times, but just try to tag them in the post on the page for questions, or instead of necessarily bombarding their inboxes, they probably don't mind, but you guys tag them in the team page, the Bomb Squad page, if you have any questions further. But this was very thorough, ladies, and again, I really appreciate you guys so much. So
I have
anytime Ty asks me to do something, it's a yes, ma'am. I'm on it.
Yes, Renee.
I have one question. I heard Mari mention, she was like, you can go back and see like when the last time the person was active, or the months, you can check their PVs.
That's a genealogy report. So the report that Brittany pulled up. So if you go to organization, genealogy report, pull that up, and slide all the way to the left. Then you'll be able to see at the very end their last 6 months, I think 5 or 6 months of what their PV was.
Got it. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, guys, we're going to end this, and then immediately I'm going to post the replay as soon as it uploads in my recording list. I'm going to name it and then post it so that you guys can have it. Don't be afraid to rewatch it. Take some notes. I'm doing the document part of it. It should be there by the end of this weekend so that you guys can also follow along with it, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you.